And is it correct you just started identifying as female 2 weeks ago?
I'm not here to talk about my transition. I'm here to kick some fucking ass.
Well, if you're going to the Olympics, you won't be kicking any ass there, my friend. Because they just passed a new rule that men can no longer compete against women. That's right. Biological men can no longer compete against women in the Olympics. Man, it took a long time for that to happen, but it finally did. Now listen, you would think a move like this, a decision like this, would be something most people could get behind. It'd be something that we could all agree is a good thing. But no, of course, there's some wackos out there, some Looney Tunes, who think this is the worst thing in the world. This is horrible. We're taking away trans rights, ba 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 ba. You know what? Let's listen to these whack jobs talk their shit.
It is so wild to just like completely ban trans women entirely and, say it's being done to, protect women's events. But like, at the very least, you could at least let trans women compete with men. Like,
it took me 1 minute to find this, not even. Right to the Olympic website. States right there, the International Olympic Committee has announced a new policy on the protection of the female women's category in Olympic sport. Bam! So, doesn't matter if you identify as a woman, doesn't matter if you're a furry, none of that matters. So if you are a biological male, doesn't matter if you identify as a woman, you can still compete in the male category in the Olympics. Again, it took me 1 minute to find this information. Do some research before you get upset.
also, we need people to recognize that trans people are not this evil, fucking terrible thing. We're not. We're just trying to live our lives, and it's tiring that our lives are constantly a political debate.
Okay. With all due respect, young person, let me explain something to you. The reason trans is always in some sort of political debate is because certain trans are asking for things that are just frickin' ridiculous. Like, I don't even understand where they get the balls to even ask for some of this stuff. But listen, don't take my word for it. Let me show you some examples right here.
I have worked with 4 and 5-year-olds in schools who have genders that their parents don't want them to have. Parents' rights have suddenly been weaponized against trans and non-binary and two-spirit youth. I want us to get really comfortable with challenging right-wing Christian patriarchy. I want to say things like, you can do work around sexual orientation and gender diversity with children of all ages. And so I want us to think about these conversations in kindergarten.
And that right there, that is the reason your identity is always surrounded by some kind of political controversy, okay? Sorry, but you can't have grown-ass people trying to push adult topics on children. It's weird. It's very weird. Okay? And that's not it. That's just one example. You want to see another example? Look at this. You see this? This guy right here, he identifies as a woman. Okay? Does he look like a woman to you? Doesn't look like a woman to me. Okay? And if you were a mother, would you be comfortable with your daughter being in the bathroom with this man alone? Now, if you say yes, you're lying. Either you're lying or you would be a shit mom. It's one or the other. But listen, that's 2 examples. Okay? And first you do have to remember, when we were young, when I was young, okay? This is what trans looked like, okay? They didn't have a problem going to the woman's bathroom because there wasn't a bajillion of them, and they passed as women. They were trying to look and act like real women, not a character of a woman.
Holla, 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 holla.
Fast forward to now, this is what we have, okay? These guys aren't even trying, okay? It's really obvious that they're men, okay? But wait, there's more. Listen to this kid and this mom read from the books that they're trying to get into elementary school libraries. Wait, trying to get... Nope, some of them are already in there. But here, check it out for yourself. Tell me if you're fine with this.
Hi, my name's Knox Zajac. I'm 11 years old and I go to Wyndham Middle School. I'm a 6th grader. I was in the library and this book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I ask if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired, or these past couple of weeks have been too much. But this reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both fucking terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. But it was good too, so good, because we were a mess of emotions, and we were scared and excited, and everything felt new. So this sort of feels like that. Nick touches me like he's scared that any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
I wanted to talk about the gross books that are in our schools. So I'm going to read a couple excerpts. One of them is Push. This book is at Orangewood High School. On page 127, it says, "My clit swell up. Think, Daddy. Daddy, still he sexed me up. He pumped my out in, and aw, I come."
Candy?
Yes?
Pause your time, please.
This is in your school at Orangewood.
I understand that. I just want to make you aware that, and that is fine when a parent checks out that book or a child checks out that book with their parents' approval. However, that's a family decision. There are students in this room, and I just want to make you aware. If you're going to proceed this way, fine. But I just want to make you aware that we do have students in this room.
That is why you're having political debate. And if that wasn't enough, take a look at the graphics on the screen behind me. This is actually from one of the books that they were trying to get into the elementary schools. Shit, they might have even trying to get into the kindergarten. But anyways, we did actually get off track there. So let's get back to the Olympic rule change and see how the trans community is freaking out over it.
I'm waiting for this to spectacularly backfire, because not only are they banning transgender women, but they're subjecting all women to genetic testing. So a lot of people are going to find out that biology is not as binary as they thought it was. And furthermore, subjecting all women to genetic testing, but not subjecting all men to genetic testing is sexist.
Once again, transgender women can compete in the Olympics. However, since they were born male, they do have to compete with other males. And as far as your other concern about the sexist testing, listen, 99.9% of the time, it's a simple cheek swab. No big deal. Yeah, so maybe stop pretending that this, testing is a big issue, because it literally takes a few seconds.
Question for anyone who agrees with the ruling from the International Olympic Committee today banning trans athletes from competing in the Olympics, or anyone who just supports anti-trans legislation in general. I have a 2-part question. Number one, how much time would you say, on average, how much time do you spend every day thinking about other people's genitals? The second part is, does your spouse or partner or significant other, do they know how much time you spend every day thinking about other people's genitals?
You know what? There are a lot of laws that I stand behind. For example, any law that prohibits a human being from having sex with an animal, I am all for that law. Any law that keeps men from throwing grandmothers out windows, I'm definitely for that law. Any law that keeps people from pooping on the streets, I'm for that law too. Now here's the funny thing. I don't think about people pooping in the street. I don't think about people having sex with animals. No, I don't think about people throwing grandmas out of windows. Hardly ever. Like, really, like never. But I am actually in favor of those laws. So, I know it sounds crazy, but there may be people out there who are for the laws, are for the rules, and they're not even thinking about no genitalia. I mean, really. But then again, there might be another guy there just thinking about that genitalia all day. Genitalia, bitch. All right, let's see what the rest of these guys got to say.
I would drag my balls through 10,000 miles of hot, steaming coals just to, lick your fucking boogers out your nose.
That's a lot of bullshit.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to American Idiots. Today we're starting off with some low IQ liberals who are not fans of the new rule that excludes biological men from competing in women's categories in the Olympics. Yes, you heard that right. There's people who actually believe that men should still be able to compete against women in the Olympics. Don't believe me? Check it out.
I'm going to say this for the millionth time. Transgender people don't play sports. Definitely not at the Olympic level.
You liar!
Am I shocked? No. But you know what I am shocked about? The comment section. Everyone's like, oh good, about time. Are y'all stupid?
I'm not stupid.
10 rights. As a transgender individual, I lost under Trump. Now this is me. This is not somebody else. So if you're a transgender individual that lost a right, not a privilege, you let me know. Right number 1 that I've lost. I can't think of that. Let me get to number 2. Number 2, the right I lost. I can't think of that either. Right number 3, I've lost. Number 3, I don't have that either. Number 4, this is a good one. I lost the right. Never mind on that one. Right number 5. I lost the. Nah, let's go to 6. I lost. No, let's go to 7. 8. I lost. How about 9? No. How about 10? You know what? I haven't fucking lost any right. What the fuck?
Ooh, you gotta be careful around here with those facts. That is some woke kryptonite. You might mess around and, have one of these lefties spontaneously combust or something. Anyways, speaking of airports, we got a situation at the airport. Did you hear about this? Yeah, we got a situation. See, ICE is down there helping out with the security so the TNA can, concentrate on the packages and get the lines moving. And that's what they're doing. But guess what? We got some lefties who have a problem with it. Yep. But check this shit out.
Are for untrained ICE agents to be deployed at airports all across the country, potentially to brutalize or in some instances kill them.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
Nothing will make me more uncomfortable when it comes to black ICE agents. Nothing will make me more uncomfortable.
Why are you gay?
Because you know better. You understand the line of repression.
You are gay.
When you signed that application, when you put on that uniform, you basically told everybody else that your freedom has a price.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Ooh, baby, just in case y'all didn't know. The ancestors ain't pleased with you nigger ICE agents. Just in case you was wondering. You have literally sold your soul for profit.
Souls for sale. You can read it on the side.
And you believe that something good gonna come from it.
Yo me sigo behind the scene.
You are forgetting that these motherfuckers are racist. And that when it's all said and done, and they have used you until they can't use you no motherfucking more, they gonna hang your black ass out the motherfucking dry.
This is such a crock of shit.
Every time I see a black or brown ICE agent, it literally makes my ass itch.
And sometimes you need 2 ass washers because you didn't wash your ass the right way the first goddamn time.
Of all of the career paths available to you, you decided to become a fucking ICE agent? A cop? Willingly?
Wash your ass! Do you want to wash your ass or not?
Fuck that! I need me a number 2 meal now!
With that said, I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. I'm feeling a little hungry. Listen, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Help a brother out. Okay? Just hit the subscribe button. You don't have to do a like. You don't have to do a notification. Let's focus on subscribe for now.